The Vacant Place. Prologue. An idle mind is the devil's playground. I always try to keep myself busy so I don't dwell on things I cannot control. But that vacant house has done nothing but show me murders that's about to happen. Before work and after work. It keeps replaying in my head and I want it to stop. But it won't. Am I supposed to solve these murders? Right now, it's showing a new one. Probably the worst case I have ever seen. And I'm only on the 6th day, which means I have 6 more days to stop it from happening. It's another woman. And this is the 4th appearance of this trademark. A cigarette butt in every hole of their faces and the mouth is stitched. It has to be the same guy. And the image of that wood saw moving back and forth on their neck keeps me awake at night. Maybe I should just buy that damn house. Chapter 1. I am an amateur writer, and my age is no longer on the calendar. I am almost 40 and still living alone. But before we put the scope in my bio, let's first talk about what I saw hanging inside a vacant house. It was only about 6 in the morning, but I had already left my apartment. I always buy coffee first at the 9-11 on the corner near me. And I always pass by the vacant house that was already there before I even moved to this area. Several times I had already caught glimpses from the corner of my eye of something that seemed to be hanging in that house. The windows were already quite dirty, but you could still make out what was behind them. But on this, my 12th time passing that house, I suddenly came to a stop. There were no cars or anything in front of or behind me. But I caught sight again of what was hanging behind the window. So I turned to look at it this time. It appeared to be a head, but facing away, because it looked like nothing but hair below where the rope is wrapped around. Then suddenly, the hanging head turned around. It locked eyes with me and felt like it's saying something. It drilled an enormous amount of fear in me. But it was the urge to avoid getting involved in whatever was happening in that house that came out stronger. I had too many other things on my mind. I just suddenly stepped on the gas and my car sped straight ahead. There was nothing else I could do. So I continued to the corner and bought coffee anyway. I rubbed my eyes several times. I even bought a small bottle of water just to splash my face again. When I got back in the car, I set the coffee in the cup holder and looked in the rearview mirror to back out onto the street. I thought I glimpsed the hanging head behind the back seat, so I immediately turned to look. There was nothing behind me but my backpack. The image just wouldn't leave my mind. Even by the time I got to work, it was still there. It made it hard to think of a dialogue to write for the shows our company had lined up. Our lunch break was at noon, and there's always a woman and a man who would always join me. They never run out of gossip. So I enjoy mingling with them. And they're not bad people either. Sometimes I even learn something. What I'm not sure about is whether they get anything out of spending time with me. We usually just meet up in the cafeteria. But today, they were waiting for me right outside the door of my office. I didn't know why. But the moment I opened the door, Phoebe immediately greeted me and said, "Hey, do you know what happened to the manager?" Denver suddenly cut in, whispering, "You idiot. Let's get downstairs before you say it." That's when I suddenly felt a knot in my stomach. Chapter 2.